imagine someone asks you to lend them some money. What would influence whether you're likely to help them? Would you be more likely to help a close friend rather than a stranger? What about the amount of money they asked for? What if you'd previously seen them helping someone else? This video will cover altruism between unrelated individuals. Animal behavior often benefits others as a byproduct, but it's much harder to explain why an animal would pay a cost to help another, especially a non-relative. When individuals are not related, they gain no genetic benefits from helping each other. This means that any explanation for altruism between unrelated individuals must show how it benefits the altruist in the long run. The costs of altruism must be offset by subsequent direct fitness benefits. With this in mind, there are three main mechanisms for gaining a future direct fitness benefit from others. These are, firstly, direct reciprocity. Individuals help others under the expectation they will return the favor in future. Secondly, indirect reciprocity. Individuals help others who have a good reputation and rely on the same goodwill to be helped themselves. And thirdly, stakeholder altruism. Individuals benefit from helping others because of advantages to having more individuals around. In direct reciprocity, the costs of altruism are offset by your generosity being returned by the same individual in future. The main problem here is the potential for exploitation. Helped individuals have no incentive to return help rather than just taking the benefit and leaving. So three specific criteria must be met for reciprocity to work. Firstly, the benefits of receiving help must exceed the costs of helping. If the costs are higher than the benefits, the animal is still worse off even after its help is reciprocated. Secondly, there must be repeated interactions between the same individuals. If individuals rarely meet more than once, there's no benefit to being altruistic because the recipient won't have the opportunity to pay you back. Thirdly, individuals must be able to recognize and remember each other. This allows individuals to reciprocate to those that helped them before and to avoid cheaters. Under these conditions, reciprocity is the most effective strategy. You help those that help you and refuse to help those that don't. At worst, with this strategy, you can get exploited exactly once by each uncooperative individual, the very first time you meet them. All of your interactions with cooperative individuals are as beneficial as possible for both of you. Let's look at two examples of reciprocity in nature to illustrate. Long-nosed parrotfish have a cooperative relationship with cleaner fish. Cleaners remove parasites and dead skin, but can also exploit the parrotfish by biting them. Researchers followed parrotfish in their natural environment, recording their interactions with cleaners. They found that parrotfish returned to the same cleaning stations more often if their previous visit had been cooperative than if they'd been exploited. A second example comes from vampire bats. Vampire bats feed on the blood of large mammals, but whether they find food on a given night appears to be mostly a matter of luck. Missing a meal 2 nights in a row is fatal, but bats will often regurgitate blood to prevent others from starving. Bats can recognize each other, and providing blood can save the other bat without a great cost to the donor, fulfilling the first 2 criteria for reciprocity. And researchers found that reciprocation was crucial to predicting which bats helped each other, even more so than kinship. Another type of direct benefit for altruism is indirect reciprocity. In this, altruists gain reputation that makes them more likely overall to receive help in future, rather than specific individuals paying them back. This requires a good cost-benefit ratio and individual recognition, just like direct reciprocity, but can work without specific individuals interacting with each other repeatedly. In fact, theoretical work shows that direct reciprocity is a better strategy when individuals interact often. To adopt indirect reciprocity, animals need to use image scoring, monitoring how cooperative another individual is to a third individual. Researchers investigated image scoring in chimpanzees by showing them 2 different interactions in succession: a person giving grapes to someone begging for them, and another person refusing to give grapes. The chimps then had to choose to approach one of the people while both were present holding grapes. The proportion of time spent near each person was used to measure which person the chimpanzees thought most likely to be generous, and they spent far more time near the person that gave grapes during the trial. Interestingly, the same experiment found no such preference in bonobos, gorillas, or orangutans. A third major type of benefit from cooperating revolves around membership of a group. If individuals benefit from large group size in some way, for example through predator defense, then each group member has a stake in the other surviving. If helping is cheap and group benefits large, this can explain cooperation by itself. The difference between this stakeholder altruism and reciprocity is that the apparent altruist isn't relying on specific individuals or other altruists returning the favor in future. Instead, it's the collective advantage of being part of the group that selects all individuals to cooperate. The take-home message for this video is that if you want people to be nice to you, you should either be nice to them, get a reputation for being nice, or ensure that you being around is beneficial. I suppose we already knew that, but it's interesting to see that it applies to other animals as well.